Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Tim here with Misfits AI, and today we're going to be doing a walkthrough of installing the brand new, that's been all over the news, disrupting the stock market, DeepSeek R1, 32 billion parameter model, since we're running on a 4090 graphics card, and we're also going to be installing Ollama for the first time today. So let's go ahead and let's just dive right into it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come to Ollama's website, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to hit this download button, and it's going to download the Ollama setup file, which you can see right here, right? Now, what I've done is I've done things a little differently than usual. So if we go to our D drive, I've created a folder called Ollama Text Gen AI with no spaces, okay? And then within it, I've created another folder called Ollama. Now, this is where, and you're not going to have these two folders whenever you're doing this the first time, all right? And I set my Ollama setup exe here, and I ran it from here. Now, whenever you run the installer, I already have it installed, but all you're going to do is you're just going to double click it, and you're going to hit install, and it's going to do everything else for you. Now, once you've done that, you're going to have a little llama symbol over here in your disk tray manager. Now, I want you to go ahead and right click and close that, because since by default, what it does is Ollama sets up the models to go straight into your C drive directory. Now, if you only have a 1 terabyte C drive directory like I do, then you're probably going to want to move that to an external SSD or another location, right? So if you want it to be on your C drive, how you access and look at this is you go to your C drive, you click users, you go to your username, and then right here you're going to see .ollama, and this is where your models are going to go by default, okay? But say you're like me and you don't want them to go there, then what we're going to do is we're going to type in settings, and from here we're going to type in env. All right, now you're going to ignore the one that says edit the system environment variables, and you're going to click on the one that says edit environment variables for your account. We're going to hit that. Now, this is not going to be here for you, okay? Now, what we want to do is we want to create this. So we're going to be clicking on new, and then we're going to be copying the name that I have right here. In all capital letters, Ollama _ models. All right, and you're going to type that for the variable name. Then you're going to browse your directory, and you're going to select a location in the file. So for me, I open up Ollama, put it in here, click OK, boom. Now, once you've done that and clicked OK, this is what it should look like for you. All right. Now, once you've done this, I want you to restart your PC. Once you restart your PC, it's going to automatically load Ollama in the disk tray here. All right. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to close that. So go over the Ollama llama symbol, and then right click and hit exit, because what we're going to do is we're going to use the command prompt, and we're going to learn how to properly open up the model. I mean, not the model, Ollama. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Ollama serve. Now, what this just did is this just opened up our Ollama server. In order to continue using the command prompt, you need to close this. So now we open up CMD again, and now we're going to type in Ollama, and we're seeing all the different type of commands we have, right? So we're going to go ahead and take the Ollama flag, and we're going to put it right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find, well, let's just do this. What we're going to do is we're going to find the model, right? So we're going to open up our Ollama page that we downloaded from, and we're going to go to DeepSeek R1. And then from here, we're personally going to be downloading the 32 billion parameter model. But if you have lower amounts of VRAM, you're going to want to start with the 7 billion parameter model. If it runs good and you're satisfied with the performance, then go up and just try it from there. But to first install this, we need to copy and paste this line right here. So we go ahead and copy it, and then we paste it into our manager, right? And now, if you're downloading a model, sometimes you'll get an error the first time, and all you got to do is just close your command prompt, reopen the command prompt, okay? Now, we're going to replace the run command with pull. Now, the difference is, right, If we download the model with the run command, as soon as the model finishes downloading, it's going to initialize the model and launch the model. We don't want that. We just want to download it. So now, once we've replaced run with pull, we're going to hit enter. Now, as you watch here, it's starting to download our model. So just be patient, let it download, do its thing, and whenever it's finished installing, we'll be back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and now we're back. So now, if you look and you're on this screen, this is what it should look like once the model has fully installed. So now what we want to do is we want to learn how to run the model, right? So if we just use the command Ollama and then type in list, we're going to see the list of models that we have installed, right? And now if we go and we look at our file directory and we go into the Ollama, you'll notice here in blobs now it's full. If we go into our manifest, now we have DeepSeek R1 in our manifest, right? So this is how we know that it installed properly, okay? So now what we're going to want to do, in order to run the model, we are going to type in Ollama space run, and then we copy the model name and paste it. And now we're launching our model, and we just sit and we wait for it to load up, and boom, we're already loaded in. Now if we open up our task manager, you'll notice that right now our GPU memory, the model is loaded up 22 gigabytes out of 24, right? 21.5 out of the 24 total, not counting any shared memory, nothing. So it's all running locally here on our GPU. Now, what we're going to want to do from this point is we want to test it out. Now, what I like to do is I like to see how long it'll write for. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, hello, write me a short story to stress test my system. Make the story as long as you can. And then we're going to hit enter. Now we see it thinking, right? And we see we're going to see its chain of thought process because we're doing this through Ollama and then through the command prompt. And look how fast this is. And this is on top of with me doing a 4K recording of my screen right now. This is in full HD using my graphics card to do an MP4 codecs, right? And we're still getting this snappy and speedy of a response. And look at how many characters there are. Look at how many tokens we're using here. Wow, it blows me away, man. It's really impressive. Look at it, it's still going. It's still cooking, man. It's even writing an epilogue. Look at that. Look at that. All from one prompt. All of this just from one prompt. And what's amazing about this model, right? Whenever we're running it through our command prompt with Ollama, you see where it says think? So you're seeing the model's internal reasoning, right? So you're literally watching it in real time and getting a glimpse into that black box, right? And we're seeing this is what the AI is thinking to itself before it even provides us the story. So this entire area I highlighted, this is all the AI talking to itself, performing its reasoning. And then below it, now we have the usual response you would see on ChatGPT or whatever, right? Not fully seeing the chain of thought and its thinking process, right? Where here we're actually able to get a glimpse inside the model's neural network and understand how it's reasoning the prompt that we gave it. This makes it easier, especially if we're doing coding tasks, to look and see where the errors are within its thinking if it's doing something we don't like, or developing a command or a script that we don't want. And then from here, all of this is just a regular response. And I mean, look at how blazing fast that was. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And with that out of the way, now you've finally installed and tested out DeepSeek R1 for yourself. So now the next question you're going to have is, oh, well, Tim, how do we get out of this, right? So all you do is you make sure your command prompt is currently the active window, and you hit left control and D. This takes us out, but you notice our model is still loaded, right? So if we just type in that Ollama command again, we're going to get the Ollama command list. And what we want to do is we want to stop the running model. So we're just going to do Ollama stop, and then we got to copy and paste the model name. So we'll come up here and we see the model name, Control C, Control V. And now look, it just offloaded from our GPU, and as time progresses, you're going to watch this dedicated GPU memory right here drop off to a flat line. Now, you don't want to close this prompt until you see it flatline. See right here how it's flatline, and boom. Now we're done. Now we know that the model has fully offloaded and it's safe for us to close our command prompt. Have no worries. And congratulations, you just ran a top of the line model from China, DeepSeek R1, that outbeats OpenAI's O1 model and competes with it in almost every single benchmark listed below on the current screen, right? I mean, you just look right here if you're interested in how it's doing on these benchmarks. It's blowing OpenAI out of the water and even competing with it in many of the benchmarks listed here, okay? So just have fun, play around. If you got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you like this video, like and maybe consider subscribing. If you're having issues with this tutorial, you need to go, and in the link below, you're going to see my AI system setup video. If you're having any errors, I highly recommend you go down and look at the AI system setup video and make sure you have your AI system set up properly. This is very important. If you're running into errors, this is most likely your problem. So do yourself a favor and check out that video, okay? And if you have any questions, any comments, or concerns, leave them in the comments section down below. Check out the Patreon and follow us, because in the future we're going to be putting out one-click installers that's going to be available for premium $10 a month Patreon members. If that's something you're interested in, please consider taking a look at it. With that said, I'm Tim. This is Misfits AI. I appreciate your time, and I hope you learned something fun today. Have a great day, guys. Peace.